What are your thoughts on women that have that issue with men?
I'm not sold on that theory. I don't know necessarily that women expect men to think or operate in the way that they do. I think that women have an expectation that men are just supposed to deliver. And I think that women kind of take away the emotional element or the humanity in men, kind of like they're like a workhorse. And the irony, though, is I think that men feed into that. You know, big boys don't cry. I'm a man. And then so when we don't treat you like a human being who has feelings and emotions and need understanding and need support, then you're upset. You can't have it both ways. So I think it's a huge misunderstanding between both genders about what the expectations are and how to communicate. And so your best bet, and I think, Terry, you said this before too, like a lot of times the women who have good guys are the ones that met them like early in the game. Like before they blew up, before they were successful, before they were whatever, and they held on tight. My husband I met when I was 18.
Wow.
So it ain't easy.
So y'all met at 18 and you're a newlywed. So y'all lost contact. How this end up taking place?
Yeah. So
we need a quick story, real quick.
Yeah, real quick. I'll make it fast. We met at 18. We dated briefly. It was time for us to go to college. He went to California to play ball. I stayed in New York City to go to school because my mama wasn't letting me go anywhere. And so we just thought it was best. We had no beef, no problems. Just thought it was best that we would separate. And then once he came back to New York, we were dating people on our own. And then finally, it just meshed where we were both single and available. Dated again because we had to date again. That's imperative when someone is an ex, so to speak. Even though, again, we didn't have any beef. But when someone's an ex and you're now dating a year, 2 years, 10 years after the fact, you're not dating the same person you were with before. You can't expect to jump right into the relationship where you left off, or it's going to fail the same way. So we dated again, and we went through the process again of getting to know the adult versions of ourselves, and then got engaged and got married.
Was y'all in high school when y'all dated? When y'all first dated?
It was the end of high school. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's what's up. Most people I see these days treat exes like you're supposed to hate your ex. You're supposed to, and I'm like, whoa, that's not realistic because timing plays a factor. Like you said, you could be compatible with somebody, but they just had a baby with somebody, or they in a relationship. Like, so it does not mean just because somebody's an ex or because a relationship didn't work, that they just forever, disqualify from ever being a person that's worth dating. Because we all make mistakes and we all learn we all have the ability to make different decisions when we learn from a mistake. And I think that kind of gets lost, especially on men. Was a cheater always a cheater? It's like they take these type of philosophies and like, no, if you think about it, what if the conditions for that person is different? Then his decision to cheat may be different. How he responds to temptation may be different. But I think a lot of women that's too much, like you said, humanity for guys. So a lot of guys don't really get that benefit of the doubt.